I did a bonus video where the guy showed me red pill boys like Andrew Tate and others giving dating advice. And the way these bonus videos work is I don't see these videos before they show them to me, and they show them to me on air, and then I kind of talk, and if I happen to say anything amusing, they put that in there, and they make the video out of that. But later it occurred to me how what these guys were saying wasn't necessarily untrue. It was just being said in an untrue way. In other words, they were presenting this tough guy attitude, this kind of rough, tough, dominating attitude. But really, they had been defined by feminism. They were reacting to feminism, and therefore feminism was controlling them. And remember, I was talking about this attractive, tough guy aspect where you talk in a gruff way and you tell the truth. But you have to look beyond that to see, is the guy actually doing the tough thing? Is he really doing the tough thing? Or is he just reacting? So I just want to play one. I'm going to translate this. A lot of the things these guys said about dating were things that your maiden aunt would have told you in the old days about dating. Same thing, except from a different perspective. And it really made me laugh. So I just want to play as many as I can and translate them into your maiden aunt. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but he is giving advice on how to go on a first date.
Let's say I'm on a first date. We're approaching our first door. I'll stop and with conviction look in her eyes and say, don't ever open a door around me. And it's playful. She knows it's kind of playful, but it's also creating this very strong masculine frame where she is set up now to be in submission. And that's, in my opinion, where every woman actually wants to be. All these women that are going out there saying, I'm a bad bitch and I don't need no man and all this bullshit, they are liars. They're almost the inverse equivalent of the guys that talk shit about women because they just can't get that kind of man.
All right, now let me translate that into your maiden aunt, right? You go out on your date, and she says, and don't forget to open the door for a lady because that's respectful. You want to be respectful for a lady. It's the same advice, but this guy is framing it in a feminist way. Opening a door for a lady is a sign of respect for her ladyhood. It is a way of saying that man's superior physical strength is at the service of her feminine being, right? That is the essence of chivalry. Sorry to break this to you. That's the essence of chivalry, is a man is there to protect and serve a lady because she is a lady. And if you read as I have read almost all the literature of chivalry, that's almost what it is all about. But he's putting this, we're dominating and this is dominating. That's what feminists said. That's why feminists used to yell at me when I would open doors for them. They would say, don't you tell me that you're stronger than me. I can open my own doors. You're trying to dominate me. But no, that was untrue. He bought into those lies. And so now he's in a fight with the other half of the human race, the half that is supposed to be the complement to our half. How on earth, no wonder these guys hate marriage. How on earth are you going to find a woman if what you're trying to do in opening a door is what the feminists said you were trying to do? You open a door for a woman because you are living out an ideal that feminists hate, which is the ideal of chivalry. This stuff is so old. Let me play the Andrew Tate one that's cut 9.
A woman doesn't even have to like you. She doesn't even have to love you. But if she respects you, she's always going to be around. This is why if I love a woman with all my heart and she goes, I want to leave, the first thing I'm going to say is, Pat. Because if I say anything else, she's not going to respect me. Oh, please stay. I'll say, look, I don't want you to leave. I would like you to stay. But if you're going to talk and threaten me, you get the out of my house. I've had women leave me, but I've never had a woman not respect me. And that's why I can hit up any ex I've ever had. And I know them.
Here's how we used to say it in my days. Cut 10.
He said, walk like a man, talk like a man, walk like a man, my son. No woman's worth crawling on the earth, so walk like a man, my son.
Right. No woman's worth crawling on the earth because you have to walk like a man. You want to be who you are. It's not a fight. You're not fighting with her. You are simply being what a man is, and hopefully you find a woman who likes that, who will be in love with that. So all I'm saying is these guys have accepted the feminist terms, which is the untough thing to do. They're telling some truths we always knew. Walk like a man, my son. Open a door for a lady. These are things we always knew, but they're telling them in feminist terms. They're accepting the fact, the feminist idea that we are enemies instead of friends, instead of companions, instead of flesh of my flesh and blood of my blood. What I'm saying is you have to live by your ideal, knowing that the world is not an ideal, knowing that the world is not an ideal place. The chess game of life is not a game for knights, but that's the way you're going to play it. The other half of being a tough guy is not just speaking in a tough voice, not just telling the truth, but actually living a truth that is better than the world. That's the beginning of making a world that looks more like you. That is the actual beginning of changing the world by changing yourself instead of the other way around. For more great content, like and subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe to The Andrew Klavan Show wherever you get your podcasts.